lovers, it's G here, and I'm here today with my rare book haul part 2. So I'm filming this the week after the first haul, hence why I am not used to very long nails like this. Am I trying to get used to them? Yes, for now. I will not be wearing nails like this for the write-a-thon. I mean, God, I got these done for the Halloween period, and let's see how they go for the next couple of weeks. And hopefully that's not going to be a massive inconvenience whilst getting through this haul today. And I'm excited to talk about these books, especially the ones that I did get signed and personalized and had great conversations with the authors. A big reason why I split this haul into 2 videos was because I wanted to dedicate the time to talk about my experience with each author that I went to a signing for, and some of these books that I'm going to mention in this haul today, technically I already owned, but I got them signed, I had a new experience, and yeah, I'm bringing them up. Before we proceed with this video today, be sure to hit the subscribe button if you would like to see more content like this. According to my YouTube analytics, a lot of you guys who watch me aren't subscribed. But if you are and you're looking for additional ways to help me out, you can follow me on my currently listed social media platforms, Instagram and TikTok at author Gianna Jones, maybe Facebook to come soon. And finally, if you are looking for an additional way to support me and my author career, down in the description below, I have listed a GoFundMe link that contributes to my author fund. All proceeds donated to this author fund will be documented here on my channel, and anyone who contributes by donating to this author fund publicly on GoFundMe will be included in the acknowledgement section of any work this fund touches. I seriously and truly appreciate all the support that I've been given so far. These are additional ways to support me if you would like to. But anyway, without further ado, let's proceed with the video. Now, the first couple of books that I wanted to bring up in this video today just so happened to be my 2 copies of When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. I actually have 3 copies, but I have a Fairy Loot special edition that has already been signed, so that's why I didn't bring it. But here I have my standard edition with a new dust jacket that I actually purchased at the event through Ashley Nobe's art, and it is gorgeous. I need to show you guys that in all of its glory. Here you go. Look at that. That holographic foiling, that beautiful illustration also extends here, and it is marvelous. It also complements these special edition edges, which is very nice. My original dust jacket for this book, funnily enough, on the spine was already ripped, so this was a great replacement. It's not like I don't like the original cover. I think that the original cover is decent and it's commercial enough for traditional publishing, but this one right here is everything that I've ever wanted in a very beautiful fantasy cover and so much more. It is gorgeous. So I'm really happy that I got this dust jacket, and then I also got this book. Oh, I got it personalized and my sticky note is still in there as well, which is very cute. And I love that in every single one of the books that Sarah A. Parker was signing, her assistant, he would stamp each book so that she could sign into there. And then here it says, "To Grace, love, Sarah." That's so cute. And then I think I have the same thing here. And here I have the deluxe ANZ exclusive that has also now extended to the UK as well. Initially, this is a very fun story that Sarah's assistant raised at the table. So this art piece actually was initially commissioned by Sarah personally because she actually wanted to do her own special edition of When the Moon Hatched. And then the Australian publisher caught wind of that and were like, we like that little art piece that you got there. Mind if we do a deluxe ANZ special edition? And then all of a sudden, the UK were like, oh, don't mind if I do. Let me swoop in, let me ask. Now it's a global phenomenon. I mean, look at this. I don't think that this cover is available to purchase in the US and Canada, but I know that a lot of US and Canadian customers are purchasing from places like Waterstones to get it. And honestly, I cannot blame them because this is such a gorgeous special edition. I mean, look at that. And I love the quote on here. I mentioned this in my vlog. Heartbreak has a tone that echoes through the ages. Like, it is so touching. I made sure that I kept my dust jacket at home just to make sure that it was safe. And then I've got a very beautiful signature stamp as well as the little message, "Love, Sarah." And Sarah was absolutely lovely. I still cannot believe that Sarah remembers who I am from a couple of years ago, but it was just so sweet for her to mention that. It was also very sweet to get some insight on her process with book 2, but not only that, recently she updated her readers on social media to say that she's handed in book 2 to the publisher. And I honestly feel so proud because we did have a conversation at the table about how challenging it was, but she made it through, and she made it through soon after I'm so proud of you, Sarah. I'm so over the moon about how many doors this one book has opened for you, and I honestly cannot wait to see your career continue to thrive as the years go on. Oh, I'm so excited for you, and I'm so happy, so happy that I got to meet you again, and I cannot wait to meet you more as the years go on. Very beautiful books. Yes, technically I only got one type of book signed. I was hoping to get to Flame of Wildfire signed. I didn't, and that is purely because that hardback, whilst less thick than this hardback, yeah, it's very heavy. But maybe in future, I will pack that into my suitcase to get signed by Sarah. And another author that I just so happened to meet at Rare 2023 that I had to meet again at Rare 2025 is Belle Harper, and I ended up getting the exact same series that I got from them 2 years ago. But this year, I was obsessed, so I ended up getting the bind-up, the signing exclusive edition bind-up, and the special foiled editions of this series. Like, I had to. I really did. I was like, which one do I choose? I love these foiled covers. And these are new covers, by the way. The Rebels of Ridgecrest High series has been repackaged completely since the first paperbacks came out, and I do have the first paperbacks. I wanted the first paperbacks in foiled editions, but that's okay. I just so happened to miss those. But here, I have them in their new covers. I do not know why the lie is at the top. That is the second book. The first book is The Pact, and it all starts with The Pact. So this right here is a Why Choose football series, you know, with a subtle mafia undertone, like just slightly. There's a little bit of that. There's a little bit of taboo in this series as well. I mean, you know, Why Choose is already taboo, but when I talk about taboo, I would like to say, even though I have not yet read A.K. Rose taboo, I mean like maybe a tiny bit of A.K. Rose taboo. But from what I know, it has a little bit of a lighter tone. It's honestly a very fun read. I really actually enjoyed the series. I binged it in a very short period. I think I ended up reading it at the very beginning of, I'd say, 2024. And I just loved this series so much. I still think about this series. You know, some of it feels so wrong, but it also kind of feels right. I also had to get the signing exclusive edition because I had to. I mean, when it comes to signing exclusive editions and omnibuses, there's just a huge sense of FOMO that comes my way. And I know that certain signing exclusive editions are restricted to certain years. This is known as the 2025 signing exclusive edition, so there might be a 2026 or a 2027 one that looks different. And I had to get this one. I really did. I really like this series, so that is a bonus. One actually came in a box, so I actually did not have a good look at this until it finally came home. Like when I was at Book It and Send, I literally put the entire box into the box, and that was it. And then I had opened that box and, you know, did a nice little unboxing, and I was really pleasantly surprised with what I got, even though I did see the digital mock-up or like, I don't know, a photo from the BVenti website. I'm gonna fan out these designs so I can at least show you what they all look like that. These are so precious. The babies are so precious. You know what? I think that this is due for a reread. It is due for a reread. Have I read anything else by Belle Harper since? No. And yes, these are my second and third sets of the series. I really do need to read more by Belle Harper. But I honestly reckon it will be so on brand for me if I see new special editions of this book series and just get those going forward every single time I see Belle Harper. I know, it's so bad. It's so bad. And yes, of course, another author that I just so happened to meet at both Rare 2023 and Rare 2025 just so happens to be A.K. Mulford. And here I have these very beautiful signing exclusive editions of The Elemental Gods and The Legacy of Witches, which just so happen to be short story novella collections, and they're foiled and they're just gorgeous. I mean, look at them. Look at them. As soon as I saw these out in the world, I knew that I needed to grab them. To top it all off, A.K. Mulford is one of my favorite people in the entire world. Oh my goodness. They have helped me so much in the last few months alone with my writing, and I am so grateful to be part of their 30-day 30K Discord group, which I will link down in the description. I believe that my links, because I have a free Discord account, will expire within 7 days of posting this video. Do let me know if you are having trouble accessing the link, and I'll paste it in a reply to see if that works. And I also highly appreciate AK's effort to impart wisdom onto new authors like myself through their YouTube channel. Go subscribe to their YouTube channel. I need everyone to subscribe to their YouTube channel. So much wisdom and so much support that I am so grateful for. I need to show you guys these very beautiful special editions. Check that out. We got a map of Okrith. It's purple, it's delightful, and so is the naked hardback. Here we've got a little bit of a lavender feel, but here we got kind of like an ombre purple. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. Here it's like more purpley, but then as you move your eyes across, you can see some maroon tones. This looks so cool, especially with the gold foiling. Yes, okay, that just confirms it. More maroon tones on the side. So cool. I love this illustration so much. I believe maybe the other side. Yes, we got a map on the other side as well. I really need to continue on with the Okra series. I loved the High Mountain Court, and I'm not sure why I stopped. Oh, now we got another map here. Check that out. We got a light blue vibe here, and then we've got, this is what I wanted so badly. When I saw this naked hardback, I just knew that it had to be mine. I mean, look at that. That is gorgeous. Oh, that's majestic. This is gonna be one of my favorite naked hardbacks ever. Like, both sides as well. And then we've got the names of the gods and goddesses addressed in this book. Oh, it's so gorgeous. This is so beautiful. And I had an amazing time reuniting with them. It just feels like a full circle moment here for me because a few years ago, yes, I mean, obviously I'm still like a fan. I'm still a fangirl. It's really funny because every once in a while I'll bring up the J. Bree moment where I was running and sprinting to J. Bree's table because they were finally selling books, and then A.K. Mulford noticed me from afar with their assistant and they were like, hey, it's her. And that's just so funny. And now here I am like in their writers group. Every once in a while I actually do speak to them through Zoom call when we're doing our writing sprints, and it's so fun. Honestly, I love the 3-day 30K challenge for the community aspect as well. And I seriously deeply appreciate the personal support that they have given me. They remembered that I do have a pen name, so they had asked me at the signing table if I wanted my birth name or if I wanted my pen name, and I decided to settle for G because G has always been my nickname. Like, since I was a child, my birth name is actually very common, especially in the communities that I grew up in. And in order to find a way to distinguish myself, I always said, but you can call me G. And here I decided that I wanted my first ever personalization as G, and it just so happened to be a writing mentor of mine, and I am so grateful for that. AK, I seriously cannot thank you enough for all the support that you've given so far, but even just a little consideration like this, like, honestly, that is so great. I did mention previously that I am so used to just going by my birth name, and I usually also tend to do that because sometimes with pre-orders they mention, oh, like, and we will card you, like we will ID you just in case, even though they don't usually. Sometimes pre-order sites will mention, please bring your ID just in case, and I get a little bit nervous about that because as much as I do want to start moving over to my pen name, or at least my nickname based on both names, I'm a little bit nervous not giving my birth name to everyone. And so I genuinely appreciate your consideration here, AK. And I seriously cannot wait to get to these novellas. I'm so happy that they're finally here in my collection. This has got to be one of the most beautiful books I've ever seen. I'm adding this to my best special editions of the year series because, I mean, how is this not one of the best special editions you've ever seen? How is it not? And the next author that I met at Rare 2025 just so happens to be an author that I am quite familiar with. If you know the history of my channel, you would know that the first ever ARC I received here from a publisher was Valentine by Jodi McAlister, meaning that another full circle moment happened at this event. I got to meet Jodi again after a few years, and it was really exciting, and this time I got to tell them that I write now, and now I go by my author pen name on here and everything. I was a little sentimental. I was very excited to be like, oh my goodness, Jodi, so much has happened in the last few years. And honestly, the love and support that she showed meant a lot. I have An Academic Affair here, which is her latest novel that is out at this point. And here we've got Welcome to the Ivory Tower as the personalization. I mean, obviously I've got my name here as well, but like, Ivory Tower. Interesting, interesting. Well, right now in my novel research, you know, I've seen a lot of ivory and a lot of horn. If you guys don't happen to know, I am also a huge fan of the Marry Me Juliet series. Oh my goodness, I need more people to read it. It is so good, especially Not Here to Make Friends. Not Here to Make Friends has got to be one of my favorite contemporary romance novels ever. I really wish that I brought my Bookish and Spice special editions to this event, but considering how many books I did bring to the event, it was probably for the best in terms of like weight, space, and, you know, the risk of me not losing them. That I didn't bring all 3 hardbacks. I at least got this one signed, and I'm really happy. And I had a good experience meeting Jodi. She asked me to come over again, and I did come over again, and I kind of gave a mini synopsis of my novel. I didn't give too much away, just little bits and pieces and stuff. And seriously, me talking about my writing and my process has been a huge relief to me. It did help that, so you guys might have noticed that I posted a video very recently on my channel titled, well, I mean, the title might be different to everyone because the A/B testing, I did like 3 titles, but essentially I'm talking about my year experience of being an author there. And I think ever since filming that video, I filmed that just before my Melbourne vacation / rare, and honestly that was the right time to film it because it was like a moment of mental release. Now at this point I feel much more comfortable and confident talking about my writing process because I did it in that one video. I'm not necessarily sure if I articulated that well, but at the end of the day, I just feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. And at this point, I'm not scared to talk about my writing process with many people. Obviously, there's still a lot for me to keep close to my chest in order to protect me and my story, but overall, it just felt so freeing to go into rare within the headspace and identity of an author. And I think it meant even more to have been able to share that with Jodi. Not just an amazing romance author who I've supported on here previously, but an amazing romance author who has supported me from afar over these years as well. And the next author that I just so happened to meet up with at Rare 2025 was Evie Mitchell, and I am so happy that I got to meet up with them because they are the loveliest. They also remembered who I was, which is very sweet. I have met Evie like twice previously. I unfortunately didn't get to see them at Babe 2025 because I had so many pre-orders to pick up. It was ridiculous. I mean, you guys already know I hold 80 books. Like literally hold 80 books, not just bring physical copies. I did bring some physical copies to Babe, but for the most part I was picking up. Whereas at Rare I did bring more copies at home, but I ended up picking up these very beautiful books by Evie. Now, this front one is the only one that is a discreet cover. Every other cover here is literally a not safe for work edition. I did put sticky notes on the private parts that are shown, or at least implied. But in order to make sure that I am not flagged for indiscretion, I put sticky notes on them. So here we've got Darn It All, which is the 3rd book in the, I'm trying to remember, the All Access series. Yay, it's on the spine! I've read the first 2, which I also have the All Access series here, but in their non-discreet covers. They're little not safe for work covers. And then I have another book here. I love the covers in this series so much, so I had to complete my collection. I believe that there are gonna be 4 books in this series. There were initially gonna be 3, but I heard somewhere that there might be a 4th. I'm not 100% sure about that. That could be a rumor, that could have been made up, that could have been in a dream. Now, this next book, I'm pretty sure you can see just how freaky these covers get. I will leave you to be able to interpret this. So, I mean, he's staring at her longingly. I mean, at least I can confirm that they are looking into each other's eyes, but yeah, from that angle and her not wearing any clothes, this book right here is Thunder Thighs, but we also have another book here titled Clean Sweep. These 2 are the first 2 books in the Larson siblings series. I have wanted to try a new series from Evie Mitchell out for some time. The only series that I've read from Evie Mitchell was the series that I just showed you, the All Access series, and I love those first 2 books so much. So I want to try something new. This series consists of a range of novellas that follow this family and their love stories, and every single one of the books, at least from Evie, they are all flip books, so like, yeah, I've got 2 books in one here. It looks like I'm in for a spicy time. But then now we have the All Access series, and these are not flip books. They do have not safe for work illustrations on both sides, but technically they are full-length novels, and this one's my favorite. We have Not My Type. Now here he's doing a little shibari situation. Absolutely adorable. Them twins are so adorable. I love this so much. Like, I mean, look at them. They're so cute. Then we have Love Flushed, another book that I enjoyed. I mean, look at them. They're so cute together, so adorable. This book was honestly so fun. And then we have a book that I've already shown in this haul, but this right here is the Not Safe for Work cover. We have Darn It All, and once again, I cannot wait to read this book. It looks like they're doing some candle wax play. I think that's what you call it. I am intrigued about that, but I'm also a little scared about that. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm curious. I'm curious to see how the sensations will go here. I don't know, I've read about it a few times. I'm like, ooh, okay, that sounds intriguing, but also, does it really hurt? I don't know, some people might be into it. Ooh, oh, this is so cute. Okay, so here we've got Evie saying, Mai and Theo are a perfect fit. What does Evie say in the other books? In Love Flushed, Evie says, of course, of course. Oh, yes, there is a company here in Australia, a toilet paper company, that is called Who Gives a Crap, and sometimes I get them mixed up with the toilet paper company in here. The toilet paper company in this book is shit happens. So sometimes I'm like, wait a second, they stole that from Evie, but at the same time, no, they both like mean something similar, and they're both toilet paper companies, but they are different names, and I have to accept that. But yeah, so that is the reason why there's a personalization that says that in here. Or not my type, let Hot J show you the ropes. Oh, yes, yes. Love Hot J. I think Darn It All in here says the same thing. Maybe, yep, it says the same thing. But what does the, like, Larson siblings, are they signed on both sides? Yeah, so here we got Grace, Love Your Thunder. Oh, I love that. Especially because I got thick thighs, you know? And then here, Get Dirty with the Master of Mess. Okay. Okay. Overall, very beautiful experience, and Evie was also another author that I had shared my author journey with, and I felt comfortable doing so, and they are also very supportive. They welcomed me to connect with them at any time, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little shy, but so like maybe I'll do that one day, or maybe I don't know. When an author says that or offers that in support of me, usually I do feel imposter syndrome. Like, I have been doing my best to conquer imposter syndrome over this last year, but it's usually in those times where they're like, if you need any help, please reach out, where I'm like, oh, should I? But yeah, no, seriously, I need to get out of my comfort zone, and I need as much wisdom as I could possibly get. Fingers crossed, I'll push past my shyness and I will give it a go. Beautiful time meeting Evie, and I cannot wait to read more from them. They've also got some romantasy and paranormal in the pipeline as well, so your girl's excited. And the next lot of books that I have to haul have got to be some of the most beautiful books I received from the event. All of these are by Elisha Kemp, and this right here is the Dying Gods book series. I fell in love with these covers. I just had to have this series. I mean, finding out that it follows sea creatures and gods and everything, I was like, sign me up, I'm so there. So here I've got, this is book 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm gonna show you each cover individually. I personally love the cover of book 1 the best because I don't know, I'm a really big fan of like the bluey green color in the background, but this illustration is gorgeous. It captivated me immediately. I was also given an art print of this very beautiful illustration as well, which is very sweet. So here we've got Drown the Sea, which is book number 1. The Naked Hardback also has this very beautiful illustration, and I don't mind that because it's a very beautiful illustration that I personally do not want to escape. And then we've got a signature from the author in each of them. So I pre-ordered these books because I couldn't resist. No, I couldn't at all. These were too gorgeous. They needed to be in my possession. And Elisha just so happened to be absolutely wonderful. I believe she was also there with her husband as well. They had mentioned that this artist that they had worked with, they've also done personal commissions with as well for home art pieces, etc. And I don't know why, it just kind of makes the collaboration and just seeing these covers feel even more special. I think it's because at this point of my author journey, I have been working with Camilo. I'm currently working on like what pieces I want to commission from Camilo, but having that personal connection with the artist is so special, and I just love that they've got a personal connection with their cover artist as well, especially because artists and illustrators more than ever need our support. Like in the age of AI, they need our support, and so I just think that this is absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I'm really happy that I have this, and I gotta show you the rest of them. Burn the Stars is the second book in the series, and this illustration took my breath away the first time I saw it. This is just so captivating. I've actually talked about this previously. Usually when it comes to close-ups of faces, it usually throws me off. But for some reason, this right here is an exception. Like, I could immerse myself in this cover's beauty all day. It's so detailed, and it evokes a lot of emotion out of me because you get a lot of emotion out of this face as well. I mean, from afar that might not be the case, but up close, when you see it, you see so much depth and emotion. The intensity of the stare is what holds me. I don't know, I just found this to be absolutely beautiful. And then we've got a signature once again, which is very nice. As we do for the rest of the books, we've got Wake the Gods, which is the third book, and this cover is also very beautiful. I really love the eye color. I don't know if it's blue or if it's green. If it's green, then I love it even more. I don't know, there's something about green eyes. You know what, for the longest time, I thought that I had brown eyes. I don't know, for some reason growing up, I really didn't like my eye color, and I think that's because my mom has blue eyes, and I really so badly wanted my mom's blue eyes. Like, I got so upset at not having blue eyes. And you know, that tends to be a thing, unfortunately, especially with the beauty standard that has been ingrained into our society. But it wasn't until Camilo actually kind of like analyzed me. He looked at me very closely. This is the artist in him, I swear. When we were first getting to know each other, he would consistently touch my face and just like study me. And he was absolutely obsessed with my eyes. And for the longest time, I just never really paid attention to my eyes. The only time I would actually pay attention to the beauty of my eyes is when I would be crying, funnily enough, because whenever I cry, fun fact, my eyes look brighter. They look so much greener. And people are like, oh my goodness, your eyes are so beautiful after I've just cried. And I thought that they would say that to make me feel better, but they're like, no, like your eyes have changed color. So whenever I cry, the green hues are highlighted. But whenever Camilo would look at my eyes, he's like, oh, you got those beautiful hazelnut eyes. And then I would have to break it to him, it's hazel eyes. But over the last few years of him being obsessed with my eyes, I have learned to make peace with them, but also see so much beauty in them. So I don't know, whenever I see green eyes rolling around, I just feel prouder. Anyway, that was a long tangent. Another signature once more, and a very beautiful illustration, as I mentioned. And then we got one more. Mina's. This is book number 4, the final book in the series. I think it's the final book in the series. Well, these were all on the Be Venti form to pre-order. There were also some other books by Elisha Kemp as well, but I decided to go for a full series, and this illustration is also very stunning, very captivating. I just love this artist's work. I think that they did an excellent job with this series. Ooh, we got some color on the flap as well. Oh, I love that. I love that little detail. And then we've got signature. But I also noticed here, there's a little summary here, the story so far. In case you were to take a break from the series, you got a little recap at the very beginning. It was very lovely meeting Elisha. I did take a photo with them. And also, they were wearing a stunning green, and I have to bring that up. Like, I really love green. I'm loving green even more. But I have to give a shout out to this specific green hue. It is stunning, and they looked absolutely fabulous alongside their fabulous books. And some more beautiful books I picked up at the event. I have 2 books, the first 2 books in the Fae Devil series by Lana Pechercyzk. So the first book in the series is Castle of Nevers and Nightmares, and the second book being Trials of Dusk and Dreams. And what really captivated me about this book series was that it very much reminds me of the book series that I am reading, but this is set in an urban fantasy world, I believe. I believe all of these books technically take place in an urban fantasy world, or they're portal fantasy. I mean, this one would probably obviously be portal fantasy, considering this story takes place in another realm, or at least that's the impression that I got. Here I got a sticker that says Slay Your Demons, which is really cool. I did want to get the signing exclusive edition of this book, but by the time that I was ready to get that signing exclusive edition, it had already sold out. Got this very beautiful illustration, which is what prompted me to buy this edition in the first place. I was still gonna get the standard editions regardless, but you know, that signing exclusive edition was very captivating. This one is still very gorgeous. I love it. We also, I believe, have a map. The map very much inspired me. Like, we got Nocturna and Avalorna as well, like this entire map. We also have the faces in the maps. Trying to keep it together because there's also a bookmark that was kept here as well. Oh, I got a 10% coupon if I wanted to purchase from the store. That's very nice of them. Now let's look at book 2. I am so excited to look at book 2. I don't think that I saw the illustration below the dust jacket for book 2. Oh my goodness. Oh, I thought that he was holding a Glock to her head, but no, that's not the case. He's just trying to stop her from taking a sword out. Okay, well, that is fair. I was just thinking, wait a second. This is giving dark romance vibes. I mean, yes, this is probably a darker romance considering that we've got like a world called Nocturna. Got the map in this one. Okay, this one will be much easier for me to hold out considering there's no bookmark in between the pages. That is a really cool map, and it is reminding me that one day I do actually need to properly section out parts of my universe. Oh, and obviously I gotta show you guys the signatures. I think the first book is personalized. I need to bring up the first book. There we go. We've got a personalization. Dear Grace, cherish me, is what Fox says, apparently. These books sound very exciting to me because they have to do with dreams, they have to do with another realm, either the sleeping realm or just like a shadow realm, and I am all for it. I'm very excited. I know that at this time I probably should not read this book series because I don't want to subconsciously copy from it, but I'm so into any book series that has to do with the subconscious. Anything that has to do with dreams. I am writing a book series about it, but it does not mean that I don't want to get into these stories eventually. That was the book series that called to me. That's the series series that I needed to pick up. Lana was so sweet. I am so happy that I got to meet them once again. I met them a few years ago. I did get the very beautiful special edition of their very first series in their Fae Guardian series, and I still have not yet read that series. All of these series are interconnected apparently, but Fae Devils really calls to me, especially because of the dream and nightmare premise that we got going on. All right, we're on our last few sets and authors. Now I have to talk about my experience with Bec McMaster. They are the author of one of my favorite series. I'm just gonna show this set first because this one was the one at the top. Oh my goodness, these paperbacks, as soon as I saw them on the pre-order form, I knew that I needed to have them, especially because of these pages. So when I saw Bec McMaster's pre-order form on Bventi, I just saw so many beautiful books that I needed to purchase. And to top it all off, these paperbacks are foiled. I don't tend to go for paperbacks often, but when they are foiled, it's a good incentive. I also love the feeling of these ones. These ones are so buttery, so soft. Oh my goodness. Here, I don't actually know which one is first and which one's not. I've got Cursed Wolf. No, Wicked Wolf. Cursed Wolf's the middle one. Okay, I have Wicked Wolf right here, then I have Cursed Wolf in the middle, and then I have Lone Wolf. I needed to grab these, especially because I am a huge fan of another series of theirs. But when I was speaking to Bec McMaster at the table, hearing that there is a Jekyll and Hyde aspect to these stories, I was very intrigued, especially because the Jekyll and Hyde dynamic within one is one that I personally would like to master within my main male character, and hearing that tends to be the thing with a male main character in this story really intrigued me personally. Bec was essentially giving me a disclaimer when talking about these books. They were saying that as much as they know that a lot of people like werewolf stories where the guy is more romantically ready or dominant, this one more deals with the darkness within. And I'm like, oh, so Jekyll and Hyde. And she was like, yeah, you know, like Jekyll and Hyde, when they're trying to make peace with the beast within, they're trying to kind of like fight it, but then also in order to really resolve that issue, you need to make peace with it. That is a theme that I'm currently working through with my main male character in the series that I'm currently working on at the moment. So I'm actually quite fascinated in that dynamic. I was like, sign me up, I'm so there. I'm actually even more excited to read these now that I know that about this book series, so I cannot wait. And then before I get to my favorite series by Bec McMaster, here I have Thief of Dreams and Shadows. This right here is actually a bind up of 2 books. The first book is actually novella length, and I wanted to read that one at some point because it was available on Audible Plus, I believe. Not 100% sure. I am actually currently unsubscribed to Audible because I'm trying to save up my subscriptions, you know, to build up that author fund. But this is a bind up. So Thief of Dreams is the first book in the series, and then Thief of Souls is the second book. But here the bind up is called Thief of Dreams and Souls, and it's got a gorgeous cover. I love it. There's a quote on the back that says, "You were mine, promised to me by the stars themselves. I've spent millennia waiting for you, and I'm not about to let you go now." Oh, I love that. It's giving me vibes. It's giving me vibes. And then I need to show you this naked hardback. Look at that. It's so fancy. And then we've got a quote on the back here. The same quote, but just in a different style. Sorry, I just realized that my camera zoomed out for a moment. Hopefully you could see that and you could see this. But the book series that I absolutely adore from them, that I was absolutely dying to get my hands on the special editions for, is the Dark Court Rising series by Bec McMaster. This series is one of my favorite series of all time. It is one of my favorite Hades and Persephone reimaginings of all time too. I think it is my favorite Hades and Persephone reimagining when I really think about it. So here, the first book in the series is A Promise of Darkness, and look at that cover. Look at that style. I love these two so much. Isthvian and Tiago. I love them to bits. I felt really nervous to say this to Bec McMaster. In fact, this is actually quite new news to anybody who has followed me on my writing journey anyway. I haven't really talked about this here on my channel yet. So I personally decided, based on the fact that I really liked Tiago from this book series, to name one of my favorite main characters from my book series. I mean, they're introduced in book 2. They're not necessarily like the protagonist, but they are a central character starting from book 2. I decided to name him Tiago. He is not a love interest nor a rival love interest in any way to the protagonist of my story. I just decided that I really liked the name Tiago, and I really liked this character and the purpose that they served. And I don't know, I feel like they're gonna take on some sort of leadership position as I proceed with the book series. As I'm filming this right now, I have not started the 3-day 30K challenge, but the first time I'm actually going to be writing about Tiago, my Tiago, is going to be during that challenge. So I cannot wait for that. But yeah, essentially, I thought about the series, I thought about Tiago. He is one of my favorite male main love interests ever, and so I decided that I kind of wanted to honor him by gifting his name to one of my main characters. I have not actually looked, oh, so this is what they look like underneath. They've got the full art piece without the text, and you know what? I'm digging it because this art piece is gorgeous. I love Iskvi and Tiago here. They look absolutely stunning, and I need to show you the rest of the books because the rest of the books are also very beautiful. I also forgot to mention that these were signed. I believe they are signed. Yes, they're signed by Bec, which is really cool. Always a bonus, especially because this is one of my favorite series of all time. I read this series a few years ago, binged it, absolutely fell in love with it. I need people to read it. I need people to talk about it. Seduced by Darkness. This is a prequel to the series. I would recommend reading this one after book 1 to kind of just like contextualize what was going on. Like there's a huge plot twist at the end of book 1, and this right here spoils that plot twist. So I would recommend you read this between books 1 and 2. This is technically a 1.5. It is a prequel, but it's a 1.5, and I think it's really important to read these kind of prequels, especially if they're like known as a 1.5 in that specific order. Look at that cover, that art piece. It is glorious, and we're gonna see it again right over here. Right over here. I love those roses and everything. Oh my goodness, they're so gorgeous together. The next book I pick up from the pile is Crown of Darkness, and I love this illustration. All these illustrations are wonderful, magnificent. This series had a repackaging in general, and I was tempted to get the paperback covers because I love the repackaged paperbacks, but these beautiful hardbacks are everything I've wanted and so much more. I've always wanted a special edition set of this series, and technically, even though these are like signing exclusive editions and they don't have like the embellishments on the pages and whatnot, I will absolutely cherish these for the rest of my days, that's for sure. Like this is everything that I've wanted for this series, so I'm really happy that I finally have hardbacks. I've just waited for a special edition book box to do this series for a while, and I mean, even though they haven't, at least I got a very beautiful set from Bec. And then here we've got Curse of Darkness, and oh my goodness, I feel like all the feelings. There are so many things that happen in this finale, so many feels. I remember like at one point of reading this series, I was bawling my eyes out on the train. I think it was the end of book 2. I was bawling my eyes out on the train because of a plot twist. I was like, like very frustrated. I'm talking about like Bargainer series level frustrated. Like when I was reading the Bargainer series, I was like absolutely just distraught. This was very close. Very, very close. And that's always a good sign because the Bargainer series by Laura Thalassa has got to be one of my favorite, I think my favorite romantasy series ever. And this series right here is up there. Oh my goodness, I need people to read it. And I've been waiting for spin-offs for this series for some time, and I really need more in this world. I really, really, really do. So yeah, I really hope that Bec does write more in this world eventually. Maybe they have written in this world, but I just need to look into it. There were some spin-off opportunities in here, that's for sure. There were some really good spin-off opportunities. I still think about the end of the series and just how I need more, you know? But overall, I'm just so grateful that it happened. The second last author signing that I bring up in this video today is my little experience with Willow Winters. I initially was like, I don't know if I want to see Willow Winters. Oh, sorry. I did want to see Willow Winters, but there were no pre-orders prior to the event, and I was prioritizing pre-orders. And then when I went to the free book table, some of you guys have seen the vlog, as soon as I walked into the venue on the main signing day, there was a free book table. And within my initial clip, when I'm looking at the table, you have a lady saying there's a discreet cover and then there's a naughty cover. I'm like, ooh, I don't mind if I do with the naughty. And so I got the naughty cover, except, you know, they're closed. Upon first glance, I thought, okay, well, I probably need to censor it. But no, like, she's wearing a shirt. She's wearing a shirt, you see? Okay. So I did indeed end up getting a physical book by Willow Winters for Willow Winters to sign. So as I was going around getting my wristbands, I decided, okay, well, because I got the free book from the free book table, I'm gonna take a wristband and then just do my rounds and stuff. And that's what I did. And Willow Winters ended up being one of the last authors that I saw on the day. Just so happy that I did get something for Willow to sign. And oh my goodness, I was not expecting just the little experience that I would have with Willow Winters. This was very interesting, very, very interesting, because I actually knew the line webtoon moderator through my professional life. So, you know, I was just doing me, I was chatting, I was networking and all that stuff, etc. I also met some very nice people in the line as well. I just had a really overall amazing experience. And as soon as I get to Willow, Chantel is absolutely talking me up to Willow, and Willow is just like so friendly. She's like, oh my goodness, like you're a very special person. I'm like, I'm a very special person all of a sudden, okay. So that was very cool, I guess. Going into the event, I didn't think that I was gonna see Willow because I didn't think that I would have the opportunity to get a book from Willow. I didn't even think of the possibility of Stock being at their table, like at all. But Stock was at their table, so if I did want to purchase something from Willow Winter's table, I could have also done that as well. I'm thinking of purchasing directly from Books Ever After. When they finally open their Sydney store, I cannot wait for that. I'm seriously so pumped for January when they are finally gonna open their storefront. Yes, I did look at their special editions on the table. Yes, I did want them, but I had so many books that I was shipping back. I told myself, look, there are too many books to be sent back home. And there was, right? If I was to get one more omnibus, then I would have been in massive trouble. I would have probably had to pay an extra $50 in postage to get a bigger box. I only just fit under the 40 kilo mark. So I decided when it came to Willow's special editions, I was gonna save that for when Books Ever After come to Sydney. I at least got this. I at least had a wonderful experience in the line. I had a wonderful experience getting to know people in the line, and a wonderful experience with Willow, and we were both showing off our nails in the photo, and I love that. I love that for us. I was seeing her pose like that. I thought, this is my moment, especially because I was so proud of the nails that I got. My nails were only done the day before the event, and so I thought, heck yes, I'm gonna commit to the bit, and so I committed to the bit, and we got a very beautiful photo out of it. I've wanted to read Willow Winters for some time, so I cannot wait to get to this one, and I really want to get to All He Will Ever Be. That was what I was looking at. That, and then a few other things. There's like a little Beastly one as well, and you know me with Beauty and the Beast. You know me with Beauty and the Beast. And last but certainly not least, I met the one, the only, Anna Huang again. I ended up meeting Anna Huang back 2 years ago, like at Rare 2023, and I did not have these very beautiful Fairy Loot special editions at the time. Initially, I actually wasn't planning to bring these because I thought that the entire set was signed, and boy was I wrong. As soon as I found out that the first book was the only one signed, I knew that this set had to come with me. And I believe that all line attendees, I could be wrong about this, but I think that the maximum was 3 books. Not 100% sure, but what I do know is that the maximum for personalizations was 1 book. And so I decided to get my favorite book in the Twisted series, Twisted Games, personalized. And you know what? I'm just so happy about this. Look, she personalized it. She personalized it. I was tempted to get Twisted Lies to be the one because I also really love Twisted Lies. Like, I still think about Twisted Lies. Like, Twisted Lies lives in my mind rent-free. But also, like, Reese Larson lives in my mind rent-free as well. The story does live in my mind rent-free. I think when it comes to this book in particular, I have said this before, it did take me some time to get into. And so sometimes when I think about this series, I think about how long these books did take me to get into. I wasn't reading longer contemporary back then, but I very much appreciate it now. I think overall the story is absolutely incredible, and if I was to reread it, I'd be fine with it, especially because I knew what we were getting into as we continue. That being said, Twisted Hate has also been signed as well. Check out those pages. And when it comes to Twisted Hate, I did not love this one. Well, actually, jokes. I really loved this one, and then the third act breakup did kind of throw me off guard, I'm not gonna lie. And you know, that seems to be the general consensus, but then again, it was a trauma response, I guess. And then we got Twisted Lies. I love these two. I love this book so much. I know this book is chunky, but I was there for the whole ride. Like, I was so locked into this book. Reading the first 3 books, I'm like, you know what? I know what I'm getting myself into. I really do. Twisted Love, that one was easy to get into, and I think it's because it was, like, smaller. Even though that is technically my least favorite love story in the series, that one was, like, the easiest one to kind of get into because it was shorter in length. However, this one I stayed locked into. I was so obsessed with this one. I still am so obsessed with this one. It is not perfect. It's not Twisted Game, but for me, like, I don't know, I was just so immersed. I was really immersed. I really loved the story. I'm just so happy that once again, it is signed. I'm just happy that all these books are signed. Like, it's just incredible. Every single person that I walked past, they were just like, oh my goodness, I'm so jealous. Like, how did you get this out? I'm like, oh yeah, well, it was a Fairy Loot sale. Some of the attendees, funnily enough, had no idea what Fairy Loot was when I was explaining, oh yeah, it's a Fairy Loot special edition. They're like, oh, so where can I get it? I'm like, yeah, about Fairy Loot. It kind of did feel bad to be the bearer of bad news there, but it is what it is, I guess. With my experience with Anna, however, I was really nervous. Like the first time I embraced like every confident fiber of my being. When I was getting my book signed back in 2023, but for some reason this time, I was just like, oh my goodness, Anna is a huge deal. I mean, Anna was a huge deal a couple years back. And it was a huge deal a couple of years back, and they just felt like an even bigger deal this time. Like I met them a few years ago, and then all of a sudden I was just like, hi, my books, and I was like stuttering and everything, but like we got there, we made it eventually, and the good news is because Anna has met so many people at the event, they probably don't even remember, and that's all good. They were lovely, they were absolutely gracious, and they were just taking photos with everyone as well, giving the best care into every signing, and it was wonderful. We did it! All the event content is over for the meantime, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed that haul. If you happen to stay till the end of the video, leave me a book stack emoji because we do that here for book hauls. And if you happen to enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet already. Join the amazing community of book lovers. Also, I have social medias. I'm at author Gianna Jones on TikTok and Instagram if you want to follow me there for some more bookish content. And if you would like to support me on my writing and publishing journey, down in the description below or via QR code on screen are links to where you can donate to my author fund via GoFundMe. And from the bottom of my heart, I am so grateful for all the support I've received so far. I love you, book lovers, and I will see you later. Peace.
Started out with half and I flipped it into double. Started out with half and I flipped it into double.